Hey folks, welcome back. This is Lucid, and we are jumping back into our game with Ermor. And last episode we had a crushing defeat. If you missed it, go back and check it out. We learned a valuable lesson, a lesson which hard taught will be hard forgotten, and that is that if you have a line formation and mass flight, your dudes do not fly at all. Oh boy. Well, anyway. Lesson learned. We won't make the same mistake twice. We get a message from Relay. Thanks for solving the problem of that army, which was mostly diseased. As undead, they don't need to eat either. Okay, that's a cocky little message from Relay. Little does he know that we suffered a loss, but until he gets undead mastery, we're going to have the advantage in this war. Because my soul has just filled up with hate for the Squids. So anyway, a scout was killed by Mindhunt. Cloud Trapeze, Gateway. I'm gatewaying units. I'll show you. Yeah, he has some successful Mindhunts, but I mean, whatever. He sends his Void Lurker out. I've got a plan for the Void Lurker, but it won't hatch for another episode or two. He's got so many kills now. We're going to start Vengeance of the Deading him. Solar Brilliance, X friggin' D. That's so funny. Oh wait, he actually won? Oh wait, what? Black Harbor. And then we come in here, and he doesn't have Solar Brilliance. It's like our actual army. Oh god. But anyway, let me go back to that. Let me show you how many kills he's got. He's got enough. He has got enough. Yeah, 7 to 12. So if we can catch him with Vengeance of the Dead, it's going to kill him. We don't have to worry about, like, astral mages around severing our cords. So anyway, there's that. Did we go through all the sites? Oh, we picked off some Meteorite Guard. So this is, I think it's worth doing for Meteorite Guard. It's going to give us the province income, and we're going to kill these idiots. But it's not only killing the gold, which is something, but it's also killing the resources. Relay can mass these if they're big, like this relay is, obviously, because we've seen them mass them. But they can't mass them. I mean, they're hard to mass still, right? So losing 30 here, 30 there is actually going to kind of matter. And you can see we can efficiently kill them with these guys. The kit here, we've got... They don't have great morale, so Shield of Gleaming Gold actually pretty good. And then we've got Stone Boots. Our protection's nice and high because invulnerability is not going to work. They have magic weapons. And then we do underwater. We're actually way better thugs with these water guys because we can do Water Shield and Ice Shield and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, not even close. We didn't even take any damage hardly. And then we found two sites here. Gate of... What the fuck? I don't even remember this. Oh yeah, 2 nature gems and then earth gem. Pretty sick. Yeah, so there we go. This turn I actually, for whatever reason, didn't save it. So this is just from the bot, which is fine. But it means we don't really have what I have to do over here to look at. I don't think any of the globals went off, or the battlefield wides went off for this, so I don't think we caused gym burning here, so a little bit of a waste. I thought this was going to be strong enough, or either that or he didn't script it. This is a misplay on my part. I have no idea how this Archbishop got left here. I'm almost sure I got him off, but apparently I didn't, and so he gets to steal him. He gets picked up with Enslaved Mind. So that's a little annoying. Here... relay attacks, and I could not defend this fort. Last episode, if you recall, and this really has to do... I think this has to do with me messing up some gateways. Though I'm a few turns ahead, so I'm kind of a little foggy on some of the details. But anyway, I basically wasn't going to have an army here in time to defend this, and I didn't have anybody inside to get them out. So these guys, this is what happens to unsupported ghouls versus a Relay and Doom stack. It's going to be horrifying. The banishment. Here's the earthquakes. Actually, glad he did the earthquake, wasting gems. But for all he knows, I could have teleported an army inside or something. But you can see it's just extremely brutal. So yeah, these things who died. None of them were from us killing them. The archers killed a couple things, but most of the things that died over here were earthquake related. And some slave mages died, which was kind of nice, but they got turned into... Wait, no, they didn't. Okay, yeah. Oh, actually, that's pretty good. Yeah, we killed 11 mages. And he did not have life after death up, so... That's basically that. We caught a assassin, which is nice. And that's basically that for this turn. Now, the problem is, right, we've lost an army over here, so we're going to have a hard time defending this, sort of. The other thing is he has now taken this, and almost certainly he's going to go and move on top of my my capital. So this was the guy I gatewayed in with these idiots. Unfortunately, this turn not only did I not save it, but I made a mistake too. I was supposed to gateway in this guy with, I was going to like do this stuff and just load him up with troops and gateway him in over here. But because I'm an idiot, I cast teleport. So I'm like totally set up to have a battle here next turn, but none of that ends up happening. So I'll go ahead and show you next turn. There's not too much to see here. He's going to attack me on all fronts because he thinks I'm on the back foot after he had this big win up here. Well, we're waiting for the right fight, guys. We're just waiting. And then we are going to let all of this hatred for the Squids, which has been building up inside our soul, seep out. Okay, so radiation... which one were we? I think we were 71 now. Okay, yep, that's how we know it's the right one. Death cast teleport. Where's your fucking army? Oh, wait. I left them all at home. Shit. Alright, so now not only... Now, in some ways that was good because he doesn't get to see all my lictors here. We sent some idiots over here too on top and he just killed them again. But in some ways this was good because he doesn't get to see all my lictors. So I actually had some things I wanted to do here. One is I wanted to make some air gear so I don't have to keep using like these really expensive items, Staff of Elemental Mastery and Ring of Wizardry on a Timu or Winter to cast all my stuff. So anyway, oh, you know what I should have? Well, no, I still couldn't use him because I was gonna say I should have life after death to this guy, or twice born him to keep him, but he's astral, so he'd get magic dueled. Anyway, yeah, we're making a bag of wins. We're teleporting home with death to pick them back up. It would almost be faster to walk them, but it'd be 3 turns to walk them versus 2 to teleport and gateway, and that 2 is gonna matter. Here we're just chilling, basically. We're casting Voice of Apsu, Auspex, sight-searching spells as we expect these guys to kind of come in. We've got 800 siege defense, so good luck. But he does have 600 troops, and they do have more than 1 strength, so they're going to be able to do some siege damage to it. So anyway, we've got that going on. Over here, he's gone full on the offensive. And, of course, we had some Bane Venom Charms waiting for him. Just going to slowly cook him out. And let me see if there were any sites we found or anything that's terribly interesting here. Farm of Plenty, the worst site in the game. Glen and Verdant Greenery, 1 Nature Gem. A Deep Crevasse, 1 Earth Gem. And... anyway... that's basically it. So the plan for this turn is gateway in, or teleport back, then gateway in. We're going to also build up a big army here. I'm trying to think if there's any other, like, major... God, you know, if I were doing this real time, I would have sat here and talked to you for, like, 20 minutes about this one turn. About how conflicted I was about everything. We're making a slave matrix. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys before, but one of my plans now, I think I did, where the slave matrix I was thinking about before, but we're not actually going to do it. It's kind of a waste. But we're going to be getting lictors, or liches. We've already got them. I don't think I've started summoning them yet because I've been saving up death gems to send to Ashdod. He and I are going to take down together Well of Misery. And that will put the squids on the back foot a little bit. So that'll be nice. Anyway, he's going to put in 150. I'm going to put in 150, and then we're going to split the proceeds. So that'll be fine. The other thing is, for me, it's going to take heat off. People still aren't going to try to dispel it just because it's Ashdod. If I put it up, people would pull to dispel it, I think. But this could be me being paranoid. But anyway, Ashdod putting it up and me getting half of it, Ashdod's certainly not going to care. And, I mean, 10 gems for Ermor is not like a huge deal. I mean, it's kind of big. But yeah, anyway, this is going to put heat on Ashdod and not put any more heat on me. It's going to take a very powerful global away from the tart mass production nightmare that is Relay. And yeah, so that's going to be pretty nice. But after that, we will resume normal death gem activities, which will include liches, which are enchantment 8, which are going to give me death 4 mages, and then also bone grinding. And the bone grinding, and I don't think we're not doing it now, but the bone grinding will be the kit for that is going to be a skull staff, a skull face. This will get us up to death 6. And then with death 6, we should be able to do bone grinding, which is death 7. So you can only boost up one path from gems, though we can use more gems for fatigue reduction, I believe. But anyway, casting it twice and then getting out the rest. That's not the whole kit. The rest of the kit, because I don't want to bone grinding myself ideally, is going to be a Ring of Returning, and then it's going to be what do we call it? A Twist Fate Amulet, and then it's going to be the Robe of Shadows, so it'll make my guys ethereal. I could put like this on them to give them regeneration and stuff. I don't really care. They're gonna have Ring of Returning. I don't really care about regen. I want them to not get hit by bone grinding. The hat, I haven't really... the hat's gonna be the skull face, and then yeah, two-handed thing. The only thing I don't really have is we've already got 2 of these, right? So the Rabbit Foot Amulet and the Ring of Returning. And then the boots I don't really have anything picked out for. But maybe Boots of the Messenger. I don't know. So, anyway, that will be the kit. And, yeah. But yeah, we're just pulling up stuff, getting ready to have a big fight. And we're going to let Relay think that he's doing good and that he's going to win. Because the best hopes and dreams of Squids are going to be... Or it's best to let the Squids build up their hopes and dreams before we shatter them. So, anyway, that is turn 71. Let's go to turn 72. Turn 72. We've now been fighting the... Why do I keep clicking? All right, unless... Did I put this in the wrong spot? Because I could have sworn... No, I did. I'm just clicking the wrong thing. Okay. Not really any sight. So a blizzard hits. So he's cast a blizzard on my turn, kills 700 units, a lot of which are going to be ghouls. So it's going to cut my siege strength down by about 300, which is one of the things he can do. And they can also flames from the sky my ghouls. But when you're doing that just to kill my ghouls, you know, go get fucked. That's how I know. That's how I know you're really getting tilted. But he relays a little. I mean, it's sweet of him to attack me, but he's a little bit on drugs. He's a little bit on drugs. I mean, if he attacks me, he should do it last. Because there's no way I'm gonna let him keep this. Like the audacity that he's just going to sit here and take these two, and then I'll like be okay with it. It's crazy. It's crazy. And he's never going to be able to win the game if he's committed to like taking the rest of me, because it's not going to happen. Because I'm not a noob, and I'm not going to roll over and die. So him coming in, we're hitting him every turn, I think. Though I don't know if this will cause gym usage. Yeah, it did. Anyway, so there we go. We got mass flight, relief, a few other things. Will of Fates got cast, it looks like. It's okay, we wasted some gems. But yeah, I mean... Now, but you can see from his perspective, he's thinking things are going great. He's thinking, okay, I took this fort, Lucid didn't even bother defending it. Things are going great, I'm going to win. Lucid had a big loss here. He, Relay hard counters Ermor, which Relay is a good matchup against Ermor. The fuck? Did I lose another Archbishop? Oh no, I didn't. Thank God. Anyway, he's thinking things are going great, but strategically, even if they were going great, it doesn't make sense. He's not going to be able, like, you have to imagine, I'm taking all of this cancer and I'm pouring it just into these two provinces. And now he's like, I want to go off and have a major war against pick your player. Ashdod, Yis, Nabah. While I've pissed Lucid off and I'm going to hold these, it's not going to happen. But he doesn't even know, right? What he doesn't know is we're going to gateway in all these motherfuckers. One thing I do not know is that these guys have a lot of siege strength. And that gatewaying in 200 of these is actually going to reverse the siege. Because this turn we have lost a little under 200. I mean, a little over 200 siege defense. So, or wall integrity. So when I gateway in all these idiots, they're actually going to start rebuilding the fort wall, which is going to trigger him that, hey, something's happened. So anyway, we'll see what happens. The other thing that is happening this turn is he has sieged this fort. Do I have a battle here? I don't. Why do I not have a battle here? I guess I didn't patrol or something. Anyway. Yeah, he knocked the shit out of these fort walls. He's done well over 300 damage. So these guys are going to get knocked down. Now, we are going to gym bait. Always gym bait. ABGB. Always be gym baiting. Especially as Ermor. So we're going to be gym baiting him this turn. Just with other low commitment shit. We're going to be Bane Venom charming him here. You can see this is going to be diseasing about probably like 20% of his army a turn. And yeah, here's what's going to happen though. I think with these guys, maybe he's been on it for more than one turn. I can't remember. I think he's actually not going to crack it next turn. I think if these guys come in, maybe no. I don't remember exactly why, but I remember when I did this turn, I thought that I would have one more turn on this. Because here's my logic. My logic is gateway in here, right? And once they're in here, I'll pop out and have a fight, and then I'll have one more turn to come back. But we'll see. We'll see. We will see. He's got a tart here. I think I'm sending these trolls off to die, but that's about it. My upkeep is very quickly catching up with my income. If you look at my income, I'm getting wrecked here. Scalaria, which was my little breadbasket, is not what it once was. Not what it once was at all. If we look at Scalaria as a capital, it's got 3 of my candles in it, and that's with 4 or 5 heretics inside. So not exactly ideal. I am moving a lot of these idiots back into Scaleria, where they're not going to be exposed in case, I don't know, some earthquake comes here or something. Anyway, we've got that going on. These are going to be useful going forward, not only just to reanimate like normal long dead, because like ghoul production, there's not really any opportunities for that left, but also for converting Tartarians, because they're going to all have Unholy Command. And while it may be a pretty low chance when you have 20 of them doing it, it's actually a pretty high chance. So there's that. But yeah, that's basically it. We're going to kind of scoot forward. There's a bunch of other things I'm doing in terms of prep, like items I'm making and stuff, like making a Rune Smasher. This actually is for Vengeance of the Dead. Spell Focus, Eye of the Void, also for Vengeance of the Dead. Making some shrouds. I don't remember all the stuff we're doing. But anyway, the big thing is we're preparing for a potential battle here. So okay, that's turn 72. Let's go to turn 73. Now, on the diplomatic front, there's also some happenings. And that is that the war, there was a nap between these guys, Yes and Nabah, and I believe it ends this turn or next turn. And so things are going to get spicy, and Ashdod is also going to attack Nabah. Now, for Ashdod, they've probably got the best chance at a throne victory right now. They've got 4 thrones, so if you look at where Ashdod is somewhere up here. I can probably figure out where's Scaleria. Alright, so here's Satis. Here is Ashdod. Right? So they've got this throne, this throne, this throne, and this throne. So I think this is, like, if you draw a triangle between these thrones, I think this is Ashdod. So anyway, if they can get, they only have to, I think they have to get, what, 7 thrones? Yeah, 7 thrones. So they have to get 3 more thrones. So if they get this one and this one, that's going to put them at 6, which is just 1 more left. And I'm not sure which one they would get. But the last throne's always the hardest. So anyway, they've got a pretty good chance to win. They've got a lot of globals up. He put up Well of Misery, I think, this turn. Which, of course, is my Well of Misery, in part. So anyway, if he eats all of Nabah, there's a very good chance that he might run away with the game and get the rest of the thrones he needs to win. The good news is, I don't know how well he's scaling, like, what his... I don't know. Honestly, I haven't fought a very good late-game Ashdod before. So we saw the stacks he was running around with. Those aren't exactly terrifying to me, if you forgive me. But I don't know. Like, there's a decent chance I could yoink these thrones from him if I need to. But that'd only be if the war with Relay is called to a halt. Okay, so here we found the Thunder Oak. Here we found 2 water sites, which actually is pretty nice. We got the Well of Secrets and the Well of Whitewater. So that's 2 water gems. Water was something we just have been criminally behind on in terms of site searching. Here we do another strategic attack against some Meteorite Guard. This is like in a very obscure province. He was just doing logistics. We're going to make him so paranoid he's going to put people up to do magic duel everywhere. We haven't done it yet because we're not overusing these guys. We don't even do it once a turn. So if you think about it, for him to protect against this, he would have to have, in almost every province, he would need to have a magic dueler. And that is to protect against one guy doing something every 2 or 3 turns. Right? So that we're collecting attacks. As much of attacks as we can collect without losing Dusk Elders. And we're still going to lose them every little once in a while. Okay, here we attack this Relayan stack. He's going to steal some of my dudes. We try to retreat with our ghouls, but most of them get off. But we do succeed in gym baiting. And he has to do, like, he doesn't know if I could have gatewayed in an army or something, you know? Like, I could have done some crazy shit and be ready to attack him. I've got these huge armies on his border. So he can't really, it's very difficult for him to do, like, well, I'm going to have a script that dodges gym baits. Not really. Anyway, he steals a sensor and a few of my guys. I don't really care. Here we needed to, so the thing was, Pangea was withering. which meant my trait here, Flesh Eater, was going to start giving me afflictions. And this does work on undead. So you cannot keep... If you do Blood Feast like I did, you can't stay in 0 population provinces, or you will get just afflicted to hell. So... And, like, Scalaria's dying. I'm not even sure where I'd be able to put taxes. So we have to suicide taxes, get rid of this trait. Hopefully with as few afflictions as possible. So we're going to do regeneration and liquid body, which give us affliction resistance. And then attack. And unfortunately, we actually got a lot of we lost an eye, which actually is not a big deal. But for a reason, I think we get another one when we come back. Yeah. So there's that. But when we come back, we will lose that trait, the Flesh Eater trait. And before, if you remember, the reason we got it was because we had Mute. And without a way to get rid of Mute, it was totally worth going through all this hassle just to get rid of Mute. Tart comes in. We'll just look at what's equipped on this guy. Firebrand, armor, ring of regeneration, boots of quickness. Interestingly, he's not doing Iron Will. We'll fix that eventually. And unfortunately, he didn't kill many of my trolls, so that leaves me quite upset. Only killed 3. I need to get these fuckers off the payroll ASAP. They're expensive. Did this guy have a water bottle? Oh, this was a mind burn trap. He was thinking I might send in a Dust Skelter. And that's -3 pearls. And then one of them may have died in their retreat too. So. Wraith Lord coming in and attacking me. I think this is underwater. Here we're just seeing what's on the outside. We're saying, hey guys, what's up? Let's take a look. And I think we have the equipment we're going to need to fight this army this turn, or at least to do the best we can. So it's a small core, and this actually is still, like, you know, a lot of times you're like, why do you have these guys late in the game as relay? They're good early, but later they're not great. But I doubt he's making that many, and a small core actually is pretty good against thugs, or like super combatants coming in. Getting hit by like 20 Mind Blasts the first turn, pretty good. Anyway, reasonable mage core. Not huge. Not a ton of mages, but a lot. If we look at it, it's like 30 mages, maybe. More than that. Okay. And I think that is about it. The other thing, and I don't think this happened this turn, I think it happened a turn ago. I really haven't been, we've been kind of speeding through this, but yes, I think it was a couple turns ago, they cast Gift of Nature's Bounty, which for those of you who don't know, it gives you 20% bonus income per candle. Let's make sure I don't spread false information here. Yeah, 20% income per candle. So if you have 10 candles, you get 200% extra income, which is obviously extremely strong. It means if you go from, like, if you're maxed out Dominion, which you're probably going to be for a lot of your stuff, your 5k income, you're going to go to 15k. And let me just tell you, there's a very big difference between 5k and 15k. So, yeah. Yes, definitely, by casting that spell, has made themselves a player. And what's also interesting is if we come down here and we look at... We're under siege in Juneau Forest, but we're repairing the walls faster than being broken down. That is with this huge stack on top. Now, some of these guys also, I think, have gate cleavers and stuff to get extra siege strength. But yeah. 800 siege defense. Get the fuck out of here. Now, he's hitting me with Murdering Winter and stuff, so, you know, we don't know how long the siege defense is going to last. But I don't think I put enough... I probably could have put some Bane Venom Charms in here just to, you know, spice it up. I don't actually. This is not actually good though, because what this means is I want to fight him. Like we've got everybody coming out to break siege. We've got our things scripted. We've got Skeletal Legion, Rigor Mortis, Mass Light Fog Warriors, and then Air Elementals. We've got Quagmire. We've got a bunch of priests doing basically the priest version of anti-magic. We've got Phoenix Power, Fire Fend, Resist Cold, Mass Regen, Fortitude, and then Howl. I think I actually make a mistake here. This guy needs to do Resist Cold at the beginning of the script, and this guy needs to do Elemental Fortitude at the beginning. We get some chillars that mess us up here. Anyway. This fort, we have 1 turn left. Just the ghouls that escaped from this battle and made it inside were probably about the difference between this fort being popped this turn or not. So we've got 1 more turn. But what we're going to do is we're going to break the siege here. And then next turn, we're going to teleport all of our fuckers inside this fort, because we got a lab, so we can gateway. So we're going to gateway our fuckers inside this fort and a Timu, and we'll have a fight if he chooses to storm. So I want him to, like, feel confident enough to overcommit. He's building up another army here. Here was where we sniped. This actually is a really good province. Holy shit. Got a convent. He can get some disease healers. He's going to need a lot of those. So yeah, that's basically what's happening. I feel like there's a lot more going on that I'm not really talking about. Oh, here we're sending in a rather major force. I've got this guy, so let me go through the rest of this plan. So the idea, hopefully he stays on top, maybe moves in some reinforcements, and we fight. If that happens, I've got a pretty major army moving in here that will, but it's just basically unsupported undead. But it's going to kill whatever is here, most likely. And I'm moving in to prevent Mind Hunt, a stealthy Dusk Elder. Here we're taking Grippa's Last Breath, and we are raiding underwater. And if we do this successfully, we'll cut off retreat routes if we win the fight, which would be great. So anyway, that is the play. And with that, we'll go ahead and go to turn 74, which is when things start happening. I think we'll go to turn 75 in this episode, because turn 75 is going to be the climax of the episode. I swear, if I click on my Ice Finopal playthrough one more time, I'm going to lose my mind. Okay, so Ashdod sending in his tax. And then Nabah, I traded 70 fire for 70 death. So we've got a pretty big glut of... I've spent a lot of them already, but we had a pretty big glut of death gems. Here we caught some Mind Hunters, a lot of Mind Hunters. In terms of... Okay, we found an Earth 1 site. We cast Lichcraft. Let's go where... I cast Lichcraft here, strategically. Because I wanted to have... somebody present, a reliable death mage for the upcoming fort battle, because he's going to storm. But importantly, in Junal Forest, I break out with all of my might. This army is just a terrifying. I mean, this many Blood Vengeance Lictors, they're just very, very hard to find economical ways to kill them. Tarts timing out the battle is probably the easiest way, to be honest. But I can steal them potentially with just priests. And he has gotten the hell out of here. He's like, okay, if I've got 600 or whatever siege strength and I'm not cracking the fort, and he's repairing it, I'm going to get the hell out. So he got the hell out, unfortunately. And I think we also did some teleporting in. Oh, no, I actually had somebody here to assassinate. So we're starting to deploy our Blackheart Dusk Elders, and I probably need to get more. But you can see they're pretty brutal in an assassination. You can't Mind Hunt them. You can't even script Magic Duel against them. And yeah, I mean, there's almost nothing in the game that's going to survive one of these guys. Like, especially if I have them do Drain Life and stuff. I mean, there's just no way. Very, very scary. And then if I want to, I can do Ring of Returning on him too. So then it's like extra impossible. So anyway, he's backed off. He's come over here, which is a little unfortunate because what that means is he caught this unsupported chaff army. And you can see, this is how chaff armies do against Relayan stacks. It's probably like 700 or 800 undead. We probably killed 2 or 3 troops. We killed 7, but they were the shitty higher. Oh, we killed 5 Meteorite Guards. This is probably them killing him. Oh no, we killed some. Okay. But yeah, 900 troops to kill 5 Meteorite Guard sounds about right. Unfortunately, though, I don't even care about that. I do care about this, though. Our scout who was going in, apparently he had enough troops there patrolling to catch our scout, who was... I'd put this anti-assassin gear on them, like the handful of acorns and stuff, because this combined with just being Death 3 would mean we could potentially... The idea was to storm this fort with that mage, because they would potentially mind hunt or assassinate all of my shitty commanders, but if I put the good dudes on that mage, probably be able to storm the fort this turn if we won the battle here. But instead he retreated, intercepted this army, and killed my Dusk Elder. So, feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. I think that is about it. Failed rating. This guy is, I think, doing an air elemental or something. Rip. And yeah, that's basically it for this turn. So, but the important thing is the fort is popped here. So he's going to be storming. We're going to do yet another gym bait. So these guys are going to be gym baiting. Like a casual squad of 200 undead. And then he's going to storm. But what he does not know is that we're ready and waiting for him. I've got Guinevere, who has a crystal shield and a thistle mace, so she'll be nature 3 in combat, which means she should be able to do mass regen. But I'm doing Strength of Gaia first. Which actually, this script's fucked up because she's going to get frozen by lictors, but you'll find this out next turn. This guy also, he's about to be in a very bad way because he's got cold resistance 15, or cold weakness 15, and he's about to be also surrounded by lictors. So it's going to be a very, very sad day for him also. So I completely fucked the scripting up on these two. But they're not super critical. They're more like fluff and nice to have. But we do have Skeletal Legion Rigor Mortis going off on this guy. The gym bait's going to be nice because his magic duelers are going to be gym baited. And that means that inside the fort, Death actually is going to be safe to operate. So Death, who is coming in, she is gatewaying in with 260 lictors. She's going to do Power of the Sphere's Anti-Magic Quagmire. Winter is also jumping in. He's going to be doing Mass Flight Fogwares and then Air Elementals. And then that's on top of, we already have the Lich here, who's going to be doing Skeletal Legion Rigor Mortis. Right. Skeletal Legion can disease these idiots too, though, so that's not great, but anyway. Worse than not one without a cost. We can see a squad of frogs have moved in over here, and they apparently want to come. There was just a tart here the turn before, so I guess they want to come check into the Ermor Hotel again. We have Bane Venom Charms waiting for them. I think my Bane Venom Charms were over here. I think I've taken them off, because if he storms the fort successfully, I don't want to lose the Bane Venom Charms. I mean, I could have the guy stealthy, but whatever. We're going to kill everybody here this turn. Almost certain he's going to storm immediately, because he's had this great experience over here where he stormed this fort that was full of ghouls, and we gave it up for free. And he's like, oh, I'm going to do it over here too. Let's see how this works for you, buddy. Turn 75. And this is when this turn right here is when the chorus of Ermor really starts singing. And the chorus goes, get off my fucking lawn, you stupid squids. So Death Gem's coming in from Ashdod. Junel Forest, so this is our throne. We lost 300 ghouls. It also killed our Cokthiad, which good thing we twice spawned her. So anyway, this was the Cokthiad or whatever, the Water 3 Death 3 mage. And we cast Vengeance of the Dead. We did not get Naruko-chan, but we'll get him soon. So, anyway, this is the cool stuff I was saying was going to happen. We've got some cool battles. Here we killed the Wraith Lord. I was trying to... He had this Wraith Lord raiding me over here. I tried to Soul Slay him, but I think the Soul Slay... It's better to do this defensively, because the Soul Slay wasn't really targeting him. You can see it was basically targeting PD. Anyway, when we get close, we end up just dusting him and bane firing him, rather than the much more efficient Soul Slay. So what are we gonna do? I probably could have put him on spells rather than advancing cast spells, so it's a little bit on me. We got assassinated. What's new? And so here was the gem bait. Let's see if we were successful. He may have also given up. I think he's got like one magic dueler. But you can see, there he goes, magic duel. And even if you do conservative gem use, it's not going to stop me from gem baiting you. Because you can't, yeah, anyway. If you have conservative gem use, even if you can't find a target for the spell that used the gem, it will still spin that gem on something else. So anyway, there we go. Riggedy wrecked, because we killed a bunch of gems, and then he attacks me. And get your popcorn out, boys. We got a big fight. On this side, we have the much-hated Squids. And boy, do I hate them. On my side, we have some dudes who have been poorly placed, like this guy being right next to Winter, who's got... Now, in all fairness, Winter was teleporting in, so when I was putting this guy on the map, I didn't see that he was going to be in the same spot as Winter, or adjacent to this Dusk Elder. You know, I didn't see any of that, but it's still pretty bad. And then this guy's next to the Lictors, so not great. Those guys have chill auras, right, so that's the problem. Over here, we've got our Lich. And then over here, we've got my Dusk Elders that were in the province just participate in the fight. I'm really not very worried about Magic Duel. So I think that was Skeletal Legion dropping. Yep. And I think I also diseased some of my guys with that. Like this guy, I think I got diseased. Yeah. Fuck. And turn 1 mass flight. And this is what it was supposed to look like, boys, when we lost that big army. This is not a very different army composition than I had. I mean, I have Fog Warriors, which is new, and Fog Warriors is very nice, don't get me wrong. But this is a night and day difference in performance, I would say. Get wrecked, you fucking Squids. To be fair, I had sent him probably not, I don't know, probably like 3 or 4 turns ago. I was like, before, because there was kind of like a respite. I think it might have been after I lost that army too. I was like, but he wasn't sieging any of my forts. I was like, are you sure you want to do this? Like, are you positive? Is this something that you really want to do? And he was like, I have to. It's like, okay. But after that, we are going to have zero mercy on him. And I think at this time is when he was like, guys, I look at all what I lost to Ermor. I can't hold him back anymore. I'm like, you don't understand. We are going to kick you into the sea now. It's not a matter of self-defense. We are going to kick you into the sea. And I'm willing to get off that horse a little bit, you know, like if somebody's about to win. But I think, or like I kind of need to attack Yis, because they have Gift of Nature's Bounty. So I'm a little willing to get off the horse, but These squids, man, they've been relentless. Their economy is so big, and they're just willing to just grind and grind and grind into me. And it sucks. It sucks. So we've killed a bunch of shit here. You can see if we look at the battle report. I mean, these guys are expensive, so this is like 1,000 gold, and then 32. These were all different kinds of mages. Mostly, I think, Star Children, and then some more Star Children. 12 Star Spawn. Where are the slave mages here? I guess a lot of these were formerly slave mages too. The Maguses, everything, all wrecked. 180 Meteorite Guard. On our side, we lost. How did I have a lumber construct present? I did not mean to. Oh, I guess he was just hanging out inside. That was actually unfortunate. I like my lumber constructs. I think what was this clock in? This must have been. It is. Rest in peace. So yeah, we lost basically nothing. We lost 18 lictors, 5 knights. Get wrecked. We got gate cleavers. We got 2 gate cleavers. We got some bags of endless wine, which we'll try to sell. I don't know if people will buy them from us. So yeah. Pretty darn nice. Pretty darn nice. The other thing, and this is what's going to be a lot of fun, is we have trapped his army inside this fort. This whole army, which was on top of here, has retreated over here, and we have trapped them. And what we are going to do is there's a very good chance he breaks out with the entire force of the army this turn. There's also a chance he just sits inside or pings it or whatever. We are moving everybody in. All the lictors, because we weren't able to even evacuate all the lictors, so we still have a few hundred lictors over here. We're moving them all in on top of this, and I'm cloud trapezing Winter back on top. And then we've got these idiots over here who are going to come join in. And I think at this point I've fixed the scripting for these idiots. Yeah, we've got Resist Cold and Elemental Fortitude at the beginning. Also, this Fire in a Jar is good to put on them to reduce the susceptibility to cold. And the Skull, whatever thing, the Fire Death booster, that thing increases your cold weakness. So we don't want that on. So anyway, I think if we do resist cold, it'll help. I think it's only 5 though. So anyway, maybe I make some item or something that will give me better cold resistance. But we're also trying to position them away from other dudes with chill R's, except this guy, who apparently I don't give a fuck about. So anyway, oh no, I think Salt is staying here. So when we look at who's coming over here, it's actually okay. Yeah, he's not near anyone. So anyway, we're moving in all of the idiots on top of this. We've got the army trapped inside. We've got Winter moving on top. And so he's going to be doing more Fog Warrior shenanigans. We're going to be cracking out of this fort here. He has a tart that came over here, which, whatever, well, I think I send just chaff to break the siege, which he'll kill if he stays. But I'm assuming he'll move off. I've got some tart killers that I've moved around, as long as some people patrolling who can maybe steal him. So anyway, that's what we've got going on over here. Over here, he sent another army on top of my shit, which pisses me off. I've probably had too much commitment for patrolling, because this wasn't very good. You don't want to lose the lictors and the knights like this, and I lost a bunch of sensors. So anyway, this is way too much stuff patrolling. I should have just had one group patrolling. So that was a mistake. But yeah, anyway, this is the second major army we've killed. So the first major army we killed of his was here many turns ago now. This is the second one we've killed, and we're now going to be positioning to kill the third major army. And if we killed this one, we're starting to get to the point where we'll have knocked down like you know, how many legs does this stool have? I don't know. But we're going to cut down enough legs where the stool's about to get ready to fall over. And yeah, anyway, hopefully we have a big battle here next turn. But you'll have to tune in next time to see it. So we will see you next turn in the next episode.